In today's session, I have planned to discuss about another important topic, that is AC voltage applied to a capacitor. Okay, so let me draw the circuit. Here is a capacitor. The symbol of capacitor is two parallel lines. What is capacitor? It is a system of two conductors separated by some distance. There are two conductors here. Or it is a system of two metallic plates separated by some distance. And here the capacitor is connected to an AC source. It is connected to an AC source. Okay? An AC voltage is applied here. As we know that capacitor is basically used to store electrical charges. It's widely used in electronic circuits. Capacitors are used in electronic circuits. There are three types of capacitors: parallel plate capacitor, spherical capacitor, cylindrical capacitor, based on their shape. Here is a capacitor, and this capacitor is connected to an AC source. The AC source provides AC voltage. The AC voltage is represented by V. V is known as instantaneous voltage, voltage at a particular moment. And V0 is the maximum voltage, V0 or Vm, into sine of omega t. So alternating voltage is represented mathematically as V equal to V0 sine omega t. V0 is the maximum voltage, omega is the angular frequency. As we know that this type of sinusoidal voltage is shown graphically like this. It's a graph of voltage versus time. Voltage keep on changing as the time changes. Here is known as the maximum voltage Vm or V0. In some books it is written Vm. In some books it is written V0. Okay, when such a voltage is applied here, and what type of current flows through this one? As we know that capacitor blocks DC current and allows AC current. It's very important. Capacitor blocks DC and allows AC current. When it blocks DC current, thereby capacitor gets charged. But when you apply AC voltage here, capacitor gets charged, but it is also that charging is also oscillating with the time. So charging maximum and then again discharging to zero, again charging maximum, discharging to zero. So when you apply an alternating voltage, capacitor gets charged, discharged, charged, discharged continuously. So charge is also oscillating. When you apply an oscillating voltage, when you apply a changing voltage, the charge also oscillates. Fine. As we know that C is equal to, the capacitance of the capacitor is equal to, C is equal to Q upon V. Charge per unit volt. Or in other words, Q is equal to CV. Yeah, you put the value of V here. C is the charge required by the capacitor, and the charge is oscillating. So C is equal to V. C into V. V is V0 into sine of omega t. As we know that current, the current that is flowing through the capacitor, I is equal to rate of flow of charges, that is d into C V0 sine of omega t divided by dt. Now that I is equal to here, I is equal to if you differentiate this equation, capacitance of the capacitor which is measured in farad, it's a scalar quantity. That is constant. Capacitance is constant. Maximum voltage is also constant. Which is variable here? T is variable. Okay, when you differentiate this equation, we get C V naught, that is constant taken outside. Differentiation of sine theta is cos theta. Again, differentiation of this theta is omega. So what we get is C omega into V naught cos omega t I. So I is equal, this we can write that V naught divided by 1 by C omega into cos omega t. Cos omega t we can write that sine of 90 plus theta. So this I can write as V naught by xc. This 1 by C omega can call it is xc, that is capacitive reactance, into the sine of 90 plus theta can be written as theta plus 90. So this maximum voltage by the capacitive reactance, what we call it is maximum current. So therefore at the end I get I is equal to I naught into sine of omega t plus 90. Yeah. For an alternating voltage that is applied here across the capacitor, we get an alternating current. The phase difference between the voltage, applied voltage and the flowing current is 90 degree. Phase difference is 90 degree. Phase difference between the voltage and the current is 90 degree in case of capacitor. And here there is a plus sign. It indicates that current is leading the voltage by 90 degree. Current is leading, current is ahead, voltage less. The phase difference between the voltage and the current is 90 degree. How do we show? How do we show graphically? The phase difference, how do we show graphically? You can show here. Yes, here is a phasor diagram. This phasor indicates voltage. This phasor indicates current. The difference between the current and the voltage is 90 degree. Current is leading the voltage by 90 degree. Current is ahead. And how do we show it? In the waveform. It's a voltage wave. And this is the current wave. Where the voltage is 0, that time the current is maximum. Where the current is 0 or where the voltage is maximum, current is 0. Where the voltage is 0, that time current is maximum. So this is a voltage wave and this is a current wave. Yes, let me talk about this important term. What is that Xc? What is that Xc? Xc means that is 1 by omega c. That is 1 upon 2 pi nu into c. Capacitive reactance is inversely proportional to frequency. Capacitive reactance is inversely proportional to frequency. As the frequency of the applied AC increases, that is 0 Hertz, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000. As the frequency of the AC voltage increases, the capacitive reactance decreases because they are inversely proportional. Capacitive reactance, that is the opposition offered by the capacitor to the flow of AC current. Capacitor offers opposition to the flow of current. So that opposition offered by the capacitor, which we call it is capacitive reactance, depends on two factors. One is the angular frequency, the other one is the capacitance of the capacitor. Okay, the capacitive reactance is inversely proportional to capacitance and also is inversely proportional to the frequency. Yeah, as the frequency increases, capacitive reactance decreases. How do we show it graphically? We can show like this. This is frequency, this is Xc, and they are inversely proportional. Right. If the frequency of AC doubles, the capacitive reactance is halved. In CBSE always they ask, what happens to the capacitive reactance when the frequency of the applied voltage doubles? If frequency of the applied voltage doubles, then the capacitive reactance becomes half of the original value. It means capacitive reactance is halved, made half. Okay, so what we have done? By taking this voltage equation, we derive the current equation. Between the voltage and the current, we establish the phase relationship, that is 90 degree. The phase difference between the applied voltage and the current is 90 degree. So we establish the relation between the voltage and the current. Then we also show that phase relationship by using the phasor diagram of the wave diagram. As the current leads the voltage by 90 degree, they are shown here. And there is one frequency diagram or the graph. As the frequency increases, the capacitive reactance decreases because they are inversely proportional. Then what is the loss of power in capacitive circuit? What is capacitive circuit? A AC circuit contains capacitor alone is known as capacitive circuit. Right? What is the loss of power here? As we know that the power loss can be calculated by using the formula VRMS into IRMS into cos phi. Since the phase difference is 90, cos of 90 is 0. So everything is near 0 because phase difference is 90. Cos 90 is 0. Cos 0 is 1. But cos 90 is 0. So 0 into anything is 0. So loss of power in capacitive circuit is 0. However, in reality, there is a little loss of power since the capacitor is made of conductors and conductors have resistance. Therefore, little consumption of power will be there. It is dissipated into heat. But it's an ideal capacitor in which we assume that there is no resistance and therefore the loss of power is 0. Fine. So this is about the voltage applied to a capacitor. Fine. Thank you.